Hey guys, and welcome to halfway of PA213. I am outside today. It's such a nice day, and I love that I get to teach you guys from anywhere. And so this week we're really talking about reviewing for your midterm exam. So if you've never taken a midterm with us before, this one is actually 30 questions and the entire thing is worth 204 points. So you have a lot of points per question for you to answer. So make sure that you use your time wisely. It is 3 hours that you get to take it, and that should be plenty of time for you to use all your resources. Your pharmacy technician book will help you as well. Some housekeeping things. I do need you to take your week 5 survey this week, please, for 10 extra credit points, and then email me when you've done so. But that's the only thing that you guys have to do this week is your survey and your midterm exam. And so I wanted to just do a little review with you about what to expect on your midterm exam. So I went through it. And just a couple of things. I want you to really study up on renal failure and the drugs that have to do with the liver. And so what drugs would you take when you're in renal failure, and what drugs would you have to avoid if you had renal failure? And then a lot of drug-drug interactions. So if you had this drug to take, what other drugs would interact with? So it's really breaking down all the drugs. And what I love most about your book is that it lists all the drugs and then what are the side effects of each one. So it'll be easy for you to go through those chapters that we've already been through and to look at them and say, oh, yes, that's the side effect of that. And just maybe even go through your book and tag some of that about renal failure, of where those drugs are, so that then you can find it really fast. They talk a lot about dopamine and how that affects, and then also histamine, so allergy season, anything to do with allergies, asthma, how does histamines work, so what does the drug do to block those histamines, that kind of stuff. Not only to drug-drug interaction, but they also talk about side effects of drugs. So if this was taken, what would it cause? They also talk about like what drugs would interact with alcohol? Would this make you sleepy? That kind of side effects. I want to give you prophylactic. That word, prophylactic, it's spelled P-R-O-P-H-Y-L-A-C-T-I-C. The word prophylactic means to take in caution or to use for preventative. So, for example, I want to tell you a little story. My sister is also a pharmacy technician, and one day she had a gentleman come in and ask for, where are the prophylactics? And she thought, is there a medication named prophylactic? So they go out, and she thought maybe it's probably over the counter. So they're kind of looking, she's looking for prophylactic. Prophylactics are actually condoms. So you can use a condom to prevent pregnancy. So that would be in lieu of pregnancy, called a prophylactic. You can also take medications. Say if you're going out of the country, sometimes they'll give you medications in prophylactic so that you won't pick up anything in the country, or antibiotics that you would take before you go to the country. Those are an example of prophylactic. And so on your test it says, which one of these drugs would be used as a prophylactic? Now you know what the word means, so hopefully you can answer that. So again, there are 30 questions. 204 points, yes, and then 3 hours. And I know that you guys will do fine on this because you've answered all of your assignments before, so that will really help. But make sure that you do go through your chapters before you take it. What I would do is review for the first couple days, and then take your test Thursday or Friday. You have until Sunday at midnight to turn it in, so give yourself some of that. The chapter pulmonary agents, where it talks about albuterol, know the inhalers, what they're used for, which one is used for. Albuterol, we talked about, you can use it for asthma, and then there's some that you would use for a flare-up. So let me know which ones those are. or know those, excuse me, so that you can answer that on the test. And they list those drugs. I love it. They list those drugs, what the metered dose inhaler is, what it's for, that kind of stuff, long acting, that kind of stuff. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to help answer them. Good luck on your final exam. Take your time. If you need more time, let me know. I can extend the time for you. But I really do think the time is probably sufficient for all of you. So use your books and let me know if I can answer any questions. Have a great week.